Koyin, and even insinuated, I think, last night that he would be an interesting arc with Kola.
Oh my God. At least Ebuka had my prayers, guys. At last, Ebuka made me proud today. Ebuka, I'll give Ebuka his flowers, guys. At least today, Ebuka made me proud. For all the times, guys, I've asked Ebuka to shake these two tables. For all the times in this season, I've asked Ebuka, like I've really requested. Today, Ebuka made me proud. Today, Ebuka made me super proud. The only mistake I found was Ebuka had to shake the tables at the wrong time. Because why did he have to shake the tables when JOANAH was going home? That it is literally, now, but it is what it is. I'm super excited. Ebuka, thank you for exposing this JOANAH and Jayson J. Ebuka, thank you for exposing DEDE and Kola. Ebuka, thank you. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to waste your time. Before we get into it, I am Lily and I am the queen of the tea. And this is where we literally get to spill everything in Big Brother's house. This is where we get to have conversations, list our opinions, have conversations about all this. Anyway, guys, so for those who haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn on, I don't know why I keep saying turn on the notification button so that whenever I post any video, you're able to watch. Anyway, guys, let's get into it. Let's find out where this happiness is coming from. Anyway, guys, just as usual, Ebuka has to shake some tables during the eviction show. So, guys, today Ebuka came with a serious face, came with serious questions, and guys, let's get to the questions and their answers and the lies and everything. Anyway, guys, let's first go straight to Koyin, because literally it was first Koyin. Koyin was the one on the hot seat at this point. So, guys, Ebuka came and asked ZITA that, yesterday when he had evicted some people, ZITA had a lot to say with Kola inside that, that head of house scandal. And Ebuka asked ZITA that, ZITA had said that, if they had evicted Koyin, like, it would be something she would believe, like, she would, like, easily believe. And, Ebuka was asking ZITA, why did you have to say that? And ZITA was beating around the bush later. Let's be honest, guys. I did not see any reason ZITA gave. There was nothing like a big reason, because she kept on saying, Ebuka, you see, it was like this. When ZITA was in her regime, when she was having her fast, when she was the head of house in her very first regime, he had, like, literally, she had a back and forth with Koyin, like a mini something. And after that, she was thinking about, Koyin is chill on the surface, but then in the inside, what is in the inside, ZITA? Because we did not see a reason, we did not see any genuine or any big reason ZITA gave. Ebuka, now, I'm like, yo, girl, that is a question you're supposed to defend whatever you said, not beating around the bush. And she was talking about, she thinks Koyin is like that, so she did not want to have a conversation. But then at this point, ZITA is judging Koyin, because at least I expected her to move and have a conversation with maybe Koyin. Maybe she would now be at a point where she could say, oh, Koyin is like that. But then her having to be like, there is no need of a conversation. Koyin is just like that. It is giving something, there is something behind that she's not talking about. Because why would you judge somebody? Why would you come to a conclusion without having a conversation with somebody? It wasn't making sense. And with all the reasoning, with every reason she was giving, because first of all, I did not see any reason she gave. She was talking about, in my first regime, we had a back and forth. Oh, we had a mini something. I'm like, yo, girl, no, that is not a proper thing to give. Like, literally, it is giving, you have something, and it looks like the something is one-sided. Because looking at Koyin's face, Koyin was literally even shocked at this point, like, looking like, yo, like, Koyin was shocked. Like, he wasn't understanding everything. Why would even ZITA have to say that about him? At this point, me personally, I did not see any big reason ZITA had to say, because she was literally beating around the bush. Then this, and it wasn't making sense. Talking about, they were like having a back and forth with Kola, like, and like, literally everything was not making sense. At least now Koyin will always give those eyes of, I'm saying you, I'm putting a mark on you. At least now Koyin knows ZITA, there is something with Zita. And knowing Koyin is not somebody who's going to come for a conversation, he'll literally let it go. He'll continue, he'll be focused because he doesn't put emotions in this game. Anyway, that was Zita. Leaving alone Zita, Ebuka came to my best part. Ebuka came for Jayson J. And this is where Ebuka asked Jayson J, Yoga, you keep policing Sultana, like having to ask questions about which people Sultana has like dances with, like talks with, literally having conversations with. And whereas for him, he doesn't do anything about it. Like he continues moving around, literally having fun. Like, and he wanted to address the fact that yesterday night, Jayson J was under JOANAH's, duvets, bedsheets. And I'm like, yo, you see, because you said this exposing you made today. It is something I expected you to do 2 weeks back. It is something I expected you to do about these dances these people always have during this Saturday night party and the pool party. This is something I wanted later. I'm not going to say expect because I wouldn't want to expect him because I'm not at any point but this is what I wanted Ebuka to, to have exposed, like asked questions 2 weeks back, literally. But then it is what it is. At least he asked it today. Like he went ahead to ask Jayson J, like the way you're policing Sultana, having to talk about the people she has conversations with, the people she dances with. And whereas for Jayson J, like he's literally living his life inside that house, like enjoying himself. We have seen Jayson J with JOANAH in the parties, and now yesterday he was literally under JOANAH's duvet, and I'm like, yo, Ebuka, Jayson J laughed it up. But then, guys, let's first be real. The way Jayson J was laughing, it looked like he really wanted Ebuka to ask him about all this. The way he was laughing, it was giving he's literally trying to hurt somebody. And what could that somebody be? It would literally be Faith. Because let's not forget, there was a time where Faith had a back and forth with who? With Jayson J. Could it be the reason? I'm going to give it a benefit of a doubt. Yeah, I'm going to give it a benefit of a doubt. Because yo, dude, they're accusing you of something and all you do is laugh. And I'm like, yo, guy, something here is not right. And he was laughing about it. And it was the way Faith was not okay with it, guys. Let's get it clear. Even when Faith tried, to put on a normal face, you could literally see it in his eyes, like he's disappointed in JOANAH at this point. Yo, first of all, I'm going to say, Faith, I didn't see the reason as to why he was pissed. Because let's not forget, guys. Let me take you back to Faith's conversations when he was talking about, he looks at sex as something like, like literally, something he can have with other people, and like literally to him, it is not a big deal. And why is he changing? Why is he giving this disappointed face, whereas he feels like it is not something big, he can always have it with other people, something like that. Faith. Anyway, let's go back to Jayson J's answer. So Jayson J went ahead to tell Ebuka, like, yo, look, he's not policing Sultana, whereas we know it is a lie, because he does it. Most of the times he asks about the dances, the conversations. We know that. And he went ahead to say, oh, Sultana is a big girl. He has the freedom to do everything she wants. And I'm like, yo, she has the freedom. Every time she tries to do it, you literally question her. And Jayson J, controlling man at this point. Anyway, it is what it is. And he also went ahead to say the same thing works with him. So if Sultana, as he says, Sultana is allowed to do anything, talk with the people she wants, dance with the people she wants to, and like literally she's a big girl, she can do whatever she wants. And he went ahead to say the same rule applies to him. Like, he can do whatever fuck he feels like doing. Like, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, so don't you know whatever you are doing? The game you're playing at this point, you feel like there is no problem. Sultana shouldn't ask, like literally there is no problem. Hey, Jayson J is one of those men that will live in the desert without water. And definitely at that point, like literally, they were asking him, who is who? Like, who is who? Ebuka asked, who is who? And so like every time Jayson J gets a moment or an opportunity, he will deny Sultana as usual. At this point, this did not come as a surprise because it has happened more than once. He keeps denying Sultana. And Jayson J went ahead to say, they're all my friends. Sultana is my friend. JOANAH is my friend. I'm like, yo, dude, literally, we all know every time time, any moment Jayson J gets, he literally denies Sultana. At this point, it is what it is. We are now, we're now used to him denying. So, okay, let's talk. Let me just take you back to Faith's, fish expression. First of all, Faith, what is this? Is Emis influencing Faith to do that, to read? I saw a red things in, Faith's eyebrows, and I'm like, yo, dude. Even when I'm trying to read this disappointed face, when they brought him, he had that red thing in his eyebrows. I'm like, yo. Anyway, guys, I'm probably sure we could read from Faith's face that dude is disappointed in Joanah. But it is what it is. This is a game. You must do anything that will literally get you to the money. If Joanah and Jayson J felt like, that would definitely get them to the money, that is what they said they would do. But in Ebuka. Anyway, guys, let's go and talk about culture. So Ebuka told culture, like most of the housemates had agreed that culture is the one who spreads the gossip, like he's literally the journalist of the house. But then at this point, Ebuka forgot one person. Ebuka would have just started it like culture and Kola, because also dude can make media rounds. At this point, I would say maybe Kola is, culture's assistant, but it is not yet Kola's turn for that. Like, it is not yet Kola's turn to be exposed about that. Culture did not even want to know. He talked about, he's not seeking any validation, so it is what it is. At this point, culture felt like, it did not sound like it is the first time him listening to that. It sounded like he has been listening to all that shit from everywhere. Anyway, that was not so much with culture. Anyway, guys, let's talk about DEDE KOLA'S. Ebuka, you made me happy this night. Ebuka, you made me happy, yo. Anyway, guys, jokes aside, let's get into it. So, guys, Ebuka asked DEDE, like, DEDE, when in the very first weeks, like, DEDE had mentioned, like, it is impossible, like, there is no space for her, like, literally, our relationship of Kola is literally something that would not happen, since she was busy stating, like, she has a serious relationship outside the house. Until a few times back when Kola was seen with DEDE under the sheets. And I like the way Ebuka exposed these two people. Like, even when we're not sure about what happened under the sheets, it is something that will sparkle something in the house. Anyway, guys, they were talking about, recent you were under the sheets together, and now, like, see something. And yesterday, DEDE had told Kola, like, he's two-faced and he wouldn't trust him. At this point, what game is DEDE playing? It is giving me something like, since the season is about to come to an end, I'll literally have to summarize all this situationship up. To me, it is literally what it is giving. And now she's creating excuses to pile up everything. Because anyway, guys, let's first have a proper conversation about it. Yes, what Ebuka said was true. In the very first 2 weeks, DEDE was talking about, Kola was giving her emotions, like literally putting up, like trying to put up something like a relationship. And DEDE did not have somewhere she can keep the emotions. So literally she was trying to say like, look, there is nothing that was going to go on beyond friendship and something. And so, there was no chance for Kola. But then with time, as weeks stayed going on, something started up. And, every time DEDE would talk about like a serious thing, even when she would still deny it, she would want, and even she shared something about her birthday that will come after the season, literally. And she was talking to Kola about the way she wants her birthday. And at this point, it was giving me something like, it is giving, you're literally outlining what you would want for, like literally DEDE was outlining what she wanted for her birthday, and so that Kola would do something. And now, let's not forget, yes, she had somebody outside the house. And now it is something like, you're too fast and you cannot be trusted. First of all, it was the way they took us to Koyin's face after talking about Kola and, DEDE being under the sheets. And I'm like, Koyin was looking at them like, It was giving. I knew something would happen anyway, guys. So Dede went ahead to say, oh, she had talked about she does not want to have anything like she does not want to take the conversation any further or let it be the way it is. She does not want to talk about it. Does not want to address it. And I'm like, yo, girl, why don't you want to address it? Are you scared that the person outside, oh, something, like she wanted to say, oh, Kola being two-faced, it was an observation she had made and she felt it. Like, you feeling like someone is, like two-faced. And she does not want to talk about it. She does not want to have any other conversation about it. And she stands by it. I would say, Dede, that is a nice, smart answer. You had to tell Ebuka like, yo, I'm not having another conversation about it. I'm not doing anything about it. But it is what it is. Ebuka exposed these people and now most of the housemates be like, yo. Anyway, it was funny, but it is what it is. I like Dede's answer. It was, clear one, restricted, talking about, yo, don't get into my personal life. Yeah. Anyway, guys, let's go to Kola. So Ebuka still came for Kola. Definitely Ebuka was not satisfied with Dede's answer. So she had to drill Kola a little bit. So I went to Kola and talked about, Kola, when you came, like literally Kola was talking, having literally media rounds, we know no Kola, he was talking about, all this with Dede, like trying to pursue her, trying to be with her. It was literally for the house. It was literally having something in the house. Why did he have to mention it? Like literally, because we've seen Kola, he has had a lot to speak behind Dede's back. And in those media rounds he holds, he had said, the thing they have is just for the house. And Ebuka wanted to know, yo, what is it? And Kola went ahead to defend himself, saying, Dede had made it clear with him that he's in a relationship outside the house, so he wouldn't be dumb not to, not to know that. And we're talking about he's living in the moment, so nah. And I'm like, yo, Kola. I was talking about at this point, he wanted someone who have his back, someone who'll be there for him, someone to ride, literally chill with, vibe with, have his back. And I'm like, all these answers Kola gave, I really feel like that is something a friend could give to you. And literally, Kola being Mrs. friend, these are small things literally Emisi would do for Kola, because we've seen Emisi have Kola's back. That is what he mentioned he was looking for in Dede. We've seen somebody to rely on. We've seen literally Kola rely on Emisi. I would give an example of food. Literally Emisi has been there for Kola in issues of food. And if he's talking about somebody to rely on, a companion, literally someone to have your back, ride with, chill with, these are small things a friend could give to you, and these are small things Emisi could give to Kola. So literally, I would say Kola was beating around the bush, but it is what it is. Because let's not forget, let me take you back to a conversation that was held between Emisi and Kola. That was, we remember in a drunk when they had alcohol on them and they were sitting on the floor and they were talking, and literally that was literally after Koyin and Dede being under the sheets also. And she was talking about, Dede is someone who could literally go for outside the house. And at this point, we see him talk about, he's literally about the game. At this point, it is giving me something like Kola is contradicting with himself, because at first he was talking about Dede is someone he could could take it even outside the house, and now he's talking about something in the house. You know how this house can be. People in the house could understand. What do you mean people in the house could understand what the house can be? Kola. Anyway, guys, he was over-explaining himself about it, him living in the moment. He's living in the moment. The house can be, so bad. So he needs a companion. He needs someone to have his back. He needs, literally somebody he could chill with. And I'm like, yo, okay, a friend like Emisi would do that for you. Yeah. Anyway, guys, at this point, let's get it clear. It was giving me something like aura for aura. It was giving me something like, since Dede tried to do that, let me also do this. To me, yeah, I don't know what my opinion may not be opinion, but to me, that is how it felt like. At this point, I don't know, but then I know I'm definitely sure Dede was a little bit disappointed in Kola. We all know that. But then, she will still play it cool, like, oh, it is not what it is. But then we both know there is nobody who would want to be like, somebody cannot give it to you straight, like, we are here for this, but then we are living in the moment, we are having it for the moment. Later, when we leave, you'll go back to your boyfriend and I'll go back to my life. That is literally something that would not make sense. But they still laughed about it. But then we both know that is something that wouldn't sit right to a lady. I know down inside she feels disappointed. And to me, it sounded like aura for aura to Kola. I will be like, if you did this to me, let me also do this to you. Anyway, guys, it is what it is. Ebuka, thank you for shaking these tables. Because at least JOANAH and, and Jayson, they were exposed to literally, I would say to literally Sultana. Sultana would definitely know what happens behind her back. And also Kola and, like Dede, like, yo, this is what happens with them. And at least now, I'm probably sure housemates have a lot to talk about. And you guys, let's also talk about the way Faith did not even hug JOANAH goodbye when she was evicted. That disappointment is so deep. Anyway, guys, that was all for today. Let's get into the comment section. Let me have your opinions. Let's have conversations. Let me get to know your opinions about all this eviction, all this Ebuka shaking tables. What do you think about it? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Meet you in my next video. Bye.